This is what Elon Musk said about immortality. It is important for us to die because most of the time people don't change their minds. They just die. If you live forever, we might become a very ossified society where new ideas cannot succeed. Of course, Musk has a point there, and if we somehow suddenly became immortal, that could mean the end of civilization. If, for example, a brutal dictator assumes power and takes humanity back into the Middle Ages. However, in general, I disagree with Elon's statement, and here is the reason why. I will start my argument with a question. Can you imagine us populating the whole galaxy? Having extremely intelligent AI-enhanced brains, being able to travel at the speed of light and yet still living only to a maximum of 100 years, still dreading getting old and still coping with the issues that come with it. Expanding the human lifespan is inevitable if we continue our development, and instead of being afraid of it, we need to analyse the problems that could come with it and address them appropriately. Like everything else in life, if we want to make a prediction about the future, we need to take into account as many variables as possible. If we become immortal and otherwise retain the same culture, the same mental and psychological abilities, this would lead to the scenario that Elon describes. But let's talk about some other changes that may occur if our civilization becomes advanced enough to reach immortality. The first thing that might be able to change if we have the power to make ourselves young again is that we would probably be able to make our brains younger and more plastic. What would that mean? Well, if we talk about rigid minds that don't accept new ideas, that is usually the case with older people, where science has clearly observed that the brain plasticity is greatly diminished. When we talk about children, they are rarely rigid in their beliefs, and this is, in my opinion, at least partially because of the biology and the capacity of their brains. Older and less capable brains simply cannot cope with the chaos that comes with new ideas and points of view, and this is why they avoid it. So this is the first step. If we can make our brains plastic and young again, and combine that with the experience we have collected, one could make the argument that we would be able to generate even more ideas. This is a speculation, of course, but let's explore this path a little further. There is this theory of having a growth mindset when solving problems, and I think this applies very nicely in this case. If people cannot change their minds, can we work on that? Can people get better at analysing new things and seeing new perspectives, the same way muscles get better when you train? I think the answer is yes. The more we learn about the brain, the more techniques we will be able to develop, which will help people adapt their psyches to the new conditions. One example of such a technique is cognitive therapy, which allows depressed people to be able to see that some of the problems that bother them so much are in fact a lot less intimidating when they actually start analysing them. If people could learn to cope with depression, why wouldn't they be able to cope with rigid thinking? Making the brain younger and more plastic, developing psychological strategies to be more open-minded. Is there anything else we could do to fight the problem that Elon describes? There is, and I would argue Elon is already doing it. Elon Musk created a company called Neuralink that develops implantable brain-machine interfaces. The goal is to make human brains more intelligent, in the hopes of us being somewhat equal to future artificial intelligence. Now, if we are able to use technology to make our brains more intelligent, why wouldn't we be able to use this same technology to also make them better at analysing new problems and choosing the better solutions, even if they are new and unexplored? I think Bob Marley summarised my point very well in his Redemption song. He said, "Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time." If we fear that we would lose our innovative abilities, we could have a growth mindset about it and actually work on improving them. There are even things that we can start doing today to promote innovation and new ideas. In our videos, we often talk about humanity's need for a new system that searches for the best and most creative ideas from all around the world and incentivizes young inventors to generate more. We have agents who look for football players, sponsor them and help them grow. Why don't we have agents that look for gifted inventors and do the same for them? If we start thinking in this direction, the possibilities to improve our innovative thinking and problem-solving abilities are endless. Thank you for watching, and if you want our message to reach others, give us a like and perhaps share this video with your friends. We are a small group of people working in normal jobs, investing our time and our own money because we want to create a new genre on YouTube where people gather to discuss ideas about a better future. This is why we appreciate every like, every comment and every subscriber. So share your thoughts with us in the comments below and join us for more future thoughts.